the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here with OP Racing Grand National Series as they present the Buck Wild Racing 175 right here at Daytona. Speaking of Buck Wild, one of the drivers for Buck Wild out on the super speedway for qualifying. That is the 27 of Sean Stevens. Qualifying has gotten underway, and I will be your host for all of tonight's festivities. My name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Sean Stevens making his way off of turn number 4. He's coming around to be one of the first drivers to turn in a qualifying lap time. Across the line he goes. Sean Stevens into second with a 52.34. Hunter Reynolds taking over the top spot. Tyler Miller moves in to second. Zach Fritsch in fourth. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, making his way around the speedway. He is on the clock as JD Crow jumps up into second. Eric Laurie, championship contender, taking over the top spot on the scoreboard. Mark Mann in the 04. He's going to go across the start-finish line, and his lap time good enough for 7th place right now. BK Anderson across the line. Anderson inside the top 10. Good enough for 8th. We'll see how well these times hold up. 9 drivers have taken a qualifying time. David Overstreet in the 46. 10th place for the 46 at a 52.58. Jimmy Reynolds shutting his race car down as he has gotten across the line. Championship contender Dave Hunt in the 53. Down below the yellow line. And Hunt, good enough for 11th at a 52.49. David Booth in the 77, making his way onto the front stretch, drops down below the yellow line. As Richard Kuhn moves into 8th, and the 77 of David Booth ends up in 6th. For this 10-minute qualifying session, starting to see these drivers post in times. 15 drivers have taken a qualifying time here in the very first race of the championship battle, the round of 16. Jim Mayer in the 95. He's out on the speedway. A Chevy Silverado working down the back stretch. Your championship contenders highlighted in OP Racing Grand National Series purple, and they'll have a hyphenated capital C behind their name. The Jim Mayer across the line. He jumps up into 9th place. Nate Warren in the 42. Warren off of turn number 4. He is on the way to the start-finish line. Nate Warren up into 13th. So 19 trucks now taking a qualifying time as the 44 makes his way off of turn number 4. Sixteen drivers have a shot at winning the championship. But you got to get through the first 3 rounds of this chase for the championship. Our first 3 rounds consist of here at Daytona. Next week, we will be at the Daytona Rallycross Oval, aka the Legacy Daytona track. Might as well be the Rallycross with as rough as it is. And Talladega. So that's the first 3 races for the round of 16. And then we go to the round of 8 for 2 races. Then our championship night all the way on November 2nd. I hope you guys will join us for that one as we crown a champion. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. out on the speedway now. I see Miss Mara chiming in. How you doing, Miss Mara? Roger Muth saying hello, and Zach Fritch tried to talk, but it came through all messed up, so we had to delete that message. He's not in trouble. It just was a bad translation. I think he was driving through a tunnel. Bob Lacavera in the 11. Lacavera across the start-finish line, and he is going to end up in 23rd. 28 trucks in total have signed up for tonight's race. 24 have taken a qualifying time. Peter DeBorgia running his tribute paint scheme to Dave Hunt. The unique extra life take on the Embry-Riddle number 53. Gabe Butler in the 88 qualifying as well, and those are the last 2 trucks out on the speedway to take a qualifying time. With that being said, we are going to step away for the national anthem. Won't go anywhere. We'll be right back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Drivers are taking to the grid. The trucks have fired up. They are getting warmed up. And it is time to go 175-ish miles here at Daytona. So let's get right into our starting lineup on the inside of row number 1. That is the 23 of Sebastian Marin at a time of 52.292. To his outside, the 071 of Eric Laurie. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 on the inside of row number 2. Row number 2 outside driver will be J.D. Crow. Row 3, Cody Nagels from Limitless. And Kevin, I know who you're cheering for. Tyler Miller in the 24 on the outside of row number 3. Row 4 will be the 77 of David Booth and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row 5, the 88 of Gabe Butler, and the 04 of Mark Mann. Les Levy on the inside of row number 6. Jim Bear in the 95 to his outside. Richard Kuhn and Jeff Crosby make up row number 7. Row 8 will be BK Anderson and Peter DeBorgia. Row number 9 going to be made up of Anthony English in the 44 and Zach Fritsch in the 12. Row 10, the 42 of Nate Warren, and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Row 11, Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91, and to his outside, that's the 51 of Travis Elliott. Dave Hunt in the 53 and Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 for row 12. Row 13 going to be Bob Lacavera and David Overstreet. Row 14 will be the 63 of Logan Helton and Zach Workman on the outside. And then Sean McCara in the 71, bringing up the tail end of the field here tonight. Just 6 more races to go before we have a champion. But before we can get there, we got to get through the round of 16. And it starts right here. Pace car down and away. Sebastian Marin, Eric Laurie bring this field to the green flag. And the round of 16 is officially underway. Side by side into turn number 1. The 23 gets the advantage for the moment. But watch out down the backstretch. That 071 going to have some momentum from that outside lane. The 5 of J.D. Crow pushing hard on Eric Laurie. Sebastian Marin in the 23, going to lead the first lap. So far, everyone cleanly through the opening lap. Oh my goodness. It's not a good night for me. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. I'm sorry. All right, we got it figured out now. We're good now. Dave Hunt in the 53. Finding himself gaining 7 spots from where he started. Championship contenders need to work their way forward. Only one stage break here tonight. Let's take a look at our race info. The points are reset. Everyone is at 0 points in the championship contention. So nobody is safe. Nobody has a cushion. You better believe you got to get everything you can, including a stage point or many of them if you can. One fast repair is available to our drivers here at Daytona. Fastest lap of the race right now has gone to the 04 of Mark Mann at a 47.53, and he is at the tail end of the field right now. Looks like Mark Mann has elected to ride around at the back. He and Gabe Butler both falling to the tail end of this field, losing 19 positions to be where they are. One driver who is trying to lead every lap, that is the 23 of Sebastian Marin. That he and Eric Laurie started on the front row, and that is where they stay. Onto the front stretch as we come around to complete lap number 5 of 70. Our stage break coming at the completion of lap 35. Very calm race right now. That's something you want to see. Allow them to get some laps in. Have everyone have a chance to get settled in. I don't think that just because it's calm, these guys aren't wide-eyed and white-knuckling some of this. They might be relaxed and chilling out, but they are planning, they are plotting, they are scheming. They're trying to figure out where they want to run. So the front row remains unchanged. And from first place to last place, that is a difference of 2.6 seconds. That's pretty tight field. So they're still continuing to run side by side. Be expecting them to hit pit road by about anywhere from now. Well, no, not now. About lap 15 or so. They'll try and get as far as they can into this fuel run. Maybe hope for a caution at the halfway. or before the halfway, obviously. Try and get them to the end of the stage with just one fuel stop. So as the trucks are cycling around, Cody Nagel's in the 6. Our top 5 really remain unchanged in this start. But some of our biggest movers, being the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, he is up 6 positions. Zach Fritsch up 7. They are running nose to tail right now. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. is making some moves. That 33 has been switching lanes, slicing back and forth. And now he tucks in behind the 95 of Jim Mayer. Mark Mann and Gabe Butler, after hanging out at the back, they are starting to close in. They must have felt it was time to try and work their way forward as we are creeping up on our first round of green flag pit stops. I want to give a shout out to Miss Michelle Anderson. How you doing? I do want to thank everyone for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. Please feel free to keep up the chat, keep talking about your driver. Let me know how you think they're doing. Of course, if you can, give this broadcast a thumbs up if you are appreciating the show that the drivers are putting on. Anthony English in the 44. Smack dab in the middle of this field, finding himself in 14th spot, tucked in behind the 47 of Richard Kuhn. Ride on board with this 44 through the tri-oval. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, been challenging for the race lead, but so far has not been able to solidly take it away from the 23. The trucks start to look towards getting single file. That usually happens just a few laps before green flag pit stops. Everyone tries to start blending in. And on to pit road for the first time comes our race leader, the 23 of Sebastian Marin. That is going to give the race lead to the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. So Reynolds has the race lead. The 24, Tyler Miller, on his back bumper, pushing on him. One driver in trouble on pit road. That is the 77 of David Booth. Looks like he got caught speeding. We'll wait for final confirmation, but he is still sitting on pit road. Good news, a lot of time to make up from that mistake if that is what happened here early on in the race. As the rest of the field hits pit lane. The 77 of David Booth is down and away. So he is in danger of going a lap down now because of that. He is hoping for a caution very soon. On board with Tyler Miller as we look out the back. At the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, here comes the trucks who pitted one lap sooner. They're making their way around the outside of this group. And that is the advantage of being at full speed. The 23 of Sebastian Marin makes the pass and takes over the race lead. Cody Nagels slides down to the inside. He tried to sneak one on the 23 of Sebastian Marin, but couldn't quite get it done. Trenton up here cheering for Cody, and we got a screen full of the 6 as he is just ahead of Tyler Miller, but Tyler Miller making the move to the outside. So this round of pit stops has spread the field out just a little bit. David Booth going to be our first truck to go a lap down, unless he gets help from a caution here very soon. But I don't think it's going to be soon enough. The 77 now one lap down, and that is the price you pay for speeding on pit road. Cody Nagels, your race leader. Tyler Miller is leading the second lane. New fast lap of the race. That coming from the 47 of Richard Kuhn as we go on the roof of the 47. Kuhn turning a 47.505. So the 6 of Cody Nagels got his fan club here in YouTube chat, and he is out in front, and you can hear them or read them talking about him. But the 24 has a good run down the front stretch. Tyler Miller slices down in front of the 6. Almost looked like there was some contact. Good thing that those bumpers were Vaselined up. Another new fast lap of the race. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, now picking up the fastest lap at a 47.43. As for the first time tonight, we have the driver of the 63, Logan Helton, out in front, and to get there, he had to gain 26 positions. And Logan Helton with a great run so far here in the opening stages. Logan Helton making his third start of the season here on Wednesday night. Took me a moment to find my notes on Logan. Well, he is out here in his beautifully colored 63. To his outside is his Monday night teammate, the 95 of Jim Mayer. The 32 of BK Anderson has worked his way into being the front truck for the outside lane. So at one point in this race, before green flag pit stops, as we got another round of pit stops peeling off, Logan Helton leading that charge, BK Anderson staying out. I kind of forgot what I was saying before they peeled off for pit road. BK Anderson up 14 spots from where he qualified to be out in front. And now these trucks peel off for pit road. David Booth in the 77, electing to stay out for the moment. He is now back on the lead lap, so he wouldn't mind a caution right now. Wouldn't even need to use the free pass. It would allow him to catch up to the field. Your race leader is now the 071 of Eric Laurie, with Les Levy in the 62 behind him. Sean Stevens in the 27. These drivers were last on pit road on lap 14 and lap 15, so they have not made their second stop just yet. And Eric Laurie going to peel off for pit road with Jimmy Reynolds. That leaves Levy, Stevens, and Lacavera out on the speedway. So Buck Wild out in front with the 27 of Sean Stevens. And so with that being said, and with it being the Buck Wild 175, let's let the Bucks go wild. How about that? Only one way to celebrate the Bucks going wild, and that's when you put them on the front lawn. You crack a nice cold one to celebrate with them. Alyssa chiming in, cheering for the 33. New fast lap of the race, the 47 of the 09, Cody. Wow. Cody Nagels turned a 47.09 in the 6. I butchered that like crazy. So speeds continue to be picked up. Cody now working the third lane by himself. He's looking for some help. We'll see if he is going to get it or if he is going to end up being hung out to dry. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Port truck on that inside row, finding himself in 10th place right now. John Stevens, Bob Lacavera, Les Levy still have not hit pit lane. So they'll be giving up some time to the drivers who have made this pit stop so far. And they are trying to take full advantage of the fact that if a caution comes out, they maybe can make something happen versus just trying to follow what everyone else is doing. Follow the leader, if you will. Except for this is now the leader. The Sean Stevens in the 27, the 11 of Bob Lacavera, and the 62 of Les Levy. Those three trucks are the only three trucks who have not hit pit road. Well, we could throw in the 77 of David Booth as well. But David Booth trying not to go a lap down. And it looks like it's not going to work out for him because here comes the 27. As David Booth goes one lap down, working with Jeff Crosby Sr. That 15 truck has some damage. Looks like that has been slowing it down. Because this group is a mix of now lap down cars and race leaders. Les Levy put on his blue jeans for this race. How about that? He got all dolled up and fancy, put on his blue jeans. Ricky Bobby Foundation for people who want to go really fast on the back bumper. That is a mainstay of the 62. Sean Stevens, Bob Lacavera, Jeff Crosby Sr. peel off for pit road. Stay on board with David Booth and the 62 of Les Levy. They decide not to hit pit lane that time. But Les Levy, your race leader, he has a 12-second lead. Yeah, maybe 15 seconds. I don't know where I came up with 12, but it sounded like a good number at the time. Maybe there's some Lex Dixia going on there. But Les Levy giving up a lot of time to Logan Helt and Peter DeBorgia. On board with the 63 of Logan Helton. Oh, trouble. 3 trucks into the wall. Caution flag going to come out, and the 44 of Anthony English going around. And now the trucks have to split him right there, and everyone gets through it. But the yellow flag is going to come out. As they were 3 wide, the 6 of Cody Nagels, the 44 of English make contact. The 32 of BK Anderson with nowhere to go. Those 3 trucks all getting a little bit of damage from it. It's our first caution of the night. Take another look at it from the 6 of Cody Nagels. Let's go on aboard. And the 44 just coming up. Looked like the 44 maybe got a little bit loose. Cody able to go continue on and keep moving. So caution has come out. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia takes over the race lead. I think we're going to get a one-lap shootout for the end of this stage. Don't hold me to it. All right, so lights are out on the pace car. That's a good sign. Real good sign. We'll have a 2-lap shootout. I do quick math. I don't do good math, folks. Okay, we all know this. It's well established. I do quick math. Oh my. Oh, what a night. We're not even halfway through, folks. Pace car down and away. Peter DeBorgia, Logan Helton bringing the field for the green flag once again. Next time around will be the final lap in this stage, so get up to speed as fast as you can. Get as many spots as you can while everyone is trying to get up to speed. Jim Mayer in the 95's got a good run down the backstretch. Will he slide down in front of the 40 of Peter DeBorgia? The 95 stays high. The 63 of Logan Helton got a little damage to his left side. And Peter DeBorgia uses the inside lane to build some momentum. Jeff Crosby in the 33 in that third lane. The 51 of Travis Elliott trying to help him. Final lap here in stage 1. And the only stage break we have. And the 40 out in front with the 95 of Jim Mayer right there. Good, hard, close racing right now as they make their way down the backstretch. Gabe Butler in the 88 down to the inside. below the yellow line. He's going to find a spot to blend back in. Here comes the 33 of Jeff Crosby. He's got some momentum going his way right now. He's working forward. Here they come off of turn number 4 to try and pick up the stage win. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be in the right place at the right time? Jim Mayer with the momentum coming off the corner. And the 95 of Jim Mayer is going to get stage 1. So 1 caution in the stage. And by the way, 10 drivers just turned their fastest lap of the race. So you tell me they weren't trying hard. 10 drivers that time around just turned the fastest lap of the race. Of their race. Is what I do mean to say. So Jim Mayer picks up the stage win. Take a look at who our stage winners have been so far this season. Now you can tack on 2 for the 95. As they all slow down and wait for the pace car to come around. All right, now that the pace car is caught up to the field, on to pit road. Well, here they all come. So the 95 into his pit stall. Jim Mayer with a 4-tire stop. Gets it rolling, and let's see if we can't pull up our stage winner, the driver of the 95. Jim, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Man, you picked up a stage win. I don't know if you know that or not.
I do know that. Big shout out to Logan there for the push. Should have wanted to play it safe, stay with Peter, but playoffs, so you got to go for it. And every point matters here, so had to go for it.
Well, every point matters, and man, there's a lot that's been going on in this race, but you still found a way to come away with the stage win. Opening round of 16, opening race in the round of 16. So how important is this stage win for you?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, every point's going to matter. So, you know, hopefully we can keep it clean and be there at the end. Yeah, it's the trucks are all over the place. I think the winds are up a little bit tonight. You know, in real life, we're obviously thinking about those people down there in Florida. Hopefully they all stay safe. But the trucks are moving around a good bit. So hopefully we'll keep it clean and be there at the end.
I like it, keeping it clean, being there at the end. With that being said, what's it going to take to keep this 95 clean? Where are you watching for danger spots here tonight?
I think it can strike anywhere with the way the trucks are moving. You know, obviously all these guys out here can handle it, but you just never know. One bad bump. So I think, you know, the stage is over, so we're gonna ride it out for a little bit, try to save some fuel and make sure we're there at the end.
All right, man. Well, nice job in picking up the stage win. Shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Like I said, that's a huge shout out to Logan for the push. That was a huge help there, so that one goes to him. You know, all the guys putting the show on here, and of course you guys up in the booth putting on the show.
All right, there you have it. Your stage winner, Jim Mayer, getting it done, picking up the only stage that we have here tonight. Nice job, Jim.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it. Our stage winner, Jim Mayer. Give him the congratulations. Or getting all the accolades of a stage win and letting us know that he really appreciated Logan Hilton being able to push him. So with Jim making that 4-tire stop and then coming around and topping off his fuel tank, he's all the way down in 18th spot. But Hunter Reynolds and Cody Nagels on the front row for this restart. Pace car down and away, the 26 picks up the throttle as the green flag is out, and away we go once again. And Cody gets a good launch in that outside lane. He has his teammate, the 32 of BK Anderson, and now Cody slices down to the inside, but Hunter Reynolds going to make it 3 wide here. He's got no help, but everyone trying to get up to speed at about the same time. We'll see how this works out for the 26. Very aggressive move at the front of the field here. And it is going to bring out a caution. I don't believe that aggressive move brought out the caution, but several trucks in trouble. One of them down on the inside, and that is the 71 of Sean McCara. Let's see what happened here to bring out the caution. McCara and Crosby get together and go spinning. I still didn't see what shot the 71 down to the inside like that. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. I see. Logan Helton in the 63 on his outside, and that is going to explain that. It's a yellow flag coming out here for the first time in our final stage. Who's going to come down pit road early on in this stage? I guess the more appropriate question is, who's not coming down pit road? BK Anderson, Cody Nagels, Bob Lacavera, they all stay out. Jeff Crosby Sr. going to get back on the lead lap. So Senior back on the lead lap. That is everybody in this race still on the lead lap. Lights should go out on the pace car this time. All right, lined up on the front row, the 32 of BK Anderson, the 6 of Cody Nagels on his outside. Row number 2 for this restart, the 11 of Bob Lacavera, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Dave Hunt in the 53 and the 04 of Mark Mann for row number 3. See if we can get this fired off once again. Pace car down and away. Green flag is out and we are back underway. BK Anderson in the 32 with his limitless teammate on Monday night, the 6 of Cody Nagels to his outside. Here on Wednesday night, teams aren't necessarily a thing, but the 6 and the 32 still want to work together, and they are still teammates. So very, very loose structure as far as teams for Wednesday night. Now on Monday night, the teams are committed to each other. They are only allowed 5 drivers per team, and so they all work together as a 5-driver team group. But here on Wednesday night, it's mostly a free-for-all. That doesn't mean that you don't look for your buddy and maybe try and help him. Logan Helton in the 63, now the only truck not on the lead lap. As Jeff Crosby Sr. did get the free pass, he got back on the lead lap. Logan Helton went a lap down repairing his damaged truck. So now he needs the help of a caution to get back into this race. You can see the damage on the 63 right there. Left side caved in, and he was involved in the 71 and the 33, our most recent caution, but he had damage already from an earlier dust up, an earlier bump in with somebody on his inside. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 making some good moves to get in front of this field. So the FSR driver out in front with the race lead. Cody Nagels now behind him with BK Anderson, third truck on the inside row. Here comes a 04 of Mark Mann on the outside. At one point, Mark Mann was at the tail end of this field. But he has been working his way forward since then. So as Hunter Reynolds is the race leader. He's last on pit road on lap 40. With 24 laps to go, we're working lap 46. Have to start thinking about when the last time you want to come to pit road is. About 8 laps, the pit window will open for the possibility of making it to the end of this race. All our lead lap trucks, in fact, all our trucks are within 2.5 seconds. As Logan Helton is in the middle of that group. So 2.5 seconds represents total distance between Hunter Reynolds and David Overstreet. Trenton's still cheering for his buddy, Cody Nagels. Shouldn't say buddy, but that's his driver. Cody's still hanging top, second truck in the inside lane. Mark Mann in the 04 on the outside. Mark Mann slides down in front of Hunter Reynolds to take over the race lead. That 04 now has that coveted top spot. How will he defend it? As Tyler Miller in the 24 working his way around the outside. Travis Elliott in the 51, up 18 spots from where he qualified. Right now, he is our biggest mover of the race, Travis Elliott in the 51. Logan Helton in the 63, trying to make it 3 wide and work his way back forward. He's got a long way to go and doing what he can to try and stay in that lead pack, because that's what he wants to do. You don't want to fall behind and end up another lap down. So the 04 of Mark Mann, being the race leader, has been down on the inside line. We have seen this time and time again. The outside lane is where you go to pass. The inside lane is where you go right around after you make the pass. So now that Tyler Miller has dropped down to the inside, that's going to give Travis Elliott in the 51 the lead in the outside lane, with Ernie Williams in the 91 right behind him. So Elliott once again doing the same move, the 51. Use the outside lane to drop down to the inside. Now the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Falling back just a little bit. The inside lane has lost a few trucks as we get ready for green flag pit stops. 2 trucks going to peel off for pit road. That's Sean McCarra and Zach Fritsch. Everyone else did stay out. So Sean McCarra and Zach Fritsch on pit lane. Now a big group of drivers peel off for pit road, and you've got to be careful in this situation. You cannot lock them up and get into someone else. You will create a chain event that really gets things out of control. Dave Hunt, Zach Workman, Jim Mayer, and Anthony English elect to stay out. Now these 4 trucks peel off for pit lane. Zach Workman in the 19 down on the inside, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Sebastian Marin in the 23. He is now out in front. Laps to go. Zach Workman in the 19 trying to get up to speed, but here comes Tyler Miller in the 24. They are going to make quick and easy work. And now Peter DeBorgia in the 40 takes over the top spot. But Tyler Miller not done talking about who's going to be this race leader. Because now we have 12 laps to go. So what happens with a round of green flag pit stops is the field can get spread out. And right now they are just a little bit spread out. We might see, I do believe everyone is close enough that they can form up back into the big pack. As they're going to try and go 3 wide. Zach Workman now works his way into the 3rd lane and has some help from the 95, our stage winner Jim Mayer. Ladies and gentlemen, about 15 trucks just turned their fastest lap of the race that time around. So you know they are pushing hard right now, everyone trying to get everything they can. Logan Hilton still the only truck not on the lead lap. 28 trucks still in this race on the lead lap. Nobody is out of the race. So if we get a caution, Logan, as long as he doesn't get a 0X, will be able to receive the free pass. Workman in the 19, big movement coming off the corner there. That's not anything you want to see. That's, oh, how you get in trouble. And they are really starting to slice and dice as we now have 9 laps to go. Workman still hanging tough in that third lane, but Peter DeBorgia in the middle lane has his work cut out for him. As you can see, they are sliding back and forth down the straightaway. But with 8 laps to go, anything can happen. And so you better hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen, because it is about to get crazy. Oh, and Tyler Miller gets turned in front of the field, and it is going to collect a bunch of trucks. Caution flag is going to come out as there is chaos on the backstretch. BK Anderson, JD Crow, Jimmy Reynolds, all getting involved. Eric Laurie in the 071 already in the midst of it. Let's back this up just a little bit further. As you can see, the 24 Tyler Miller already getting turned. So let's go ahead and hit that play button and watch this one from Eric Laurie's point of view as he slams into the back of BK Anderson. Roll bar of Jeff Crosby Jr., or I'm sorry, Sr. This is the 15. So just a bad bump between the 40 and the 24 is going to trigger this one. BK Anderson was doing all he could to slow down and ends up on his side. On board with the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, you can really see the mix-up happening. Everyone grabs the gear and tries to get rolling. So caution flag has come out once again. As things stand right now, we have 6 laps to go, but that caution flag coming out. We're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network as the yellow flag has been waved once again, but the lights have gone out on the pace car. And we are about ready to go back to green flag racing. Row number 1 going to be made up of the 19 of Zach Workman and the 95 of Jim Mayer. Row 2 will be the 04 Mark Mann and the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Row number 3 for this restart, the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 62 of Les Levy. Pace car looking to the pit lane, picks its time to go and heads down and out of the way. Zach Workman, Jim Mayer on the throttle. We get the green flag with 4 laps to go in this one. Good to see Seth chiming in on YouTube. How you doing, Seth? Thank you very much for stopping by. Trouble in the back. Heavy contact. 2-3 trucks involved. So far, no caution as that was all down below the yellow line. And it looked like Jeff Crosby Sr. got involved. Bob Lacavera getting a piece of it. And J.D. Crow in the 5. Coming off of pit road, it looks like. And now the caution flag is going to come out. And I do believe this is for a separate incident as Sebastian Marin and Jim Mayer make contact. The 77 of David Booth gets involved. So the yellow flag came out for a separate incident. That's going to give us a chance to look and see what happened. To Jeff Crosby Sr. We can get there. So hard contact for the 15. Keeps it off the wall. But then on the front stretch, while that was going on, the 95, the 23, they make contact. Jeff Crosby Jr. gets a piece of it as well. The hard hit for David Booth in the 77. So another big crash, and this one is going to send us into extra laps. Eric Laurie gets the free pass despite everything that has been going on. We have several trucks now no longer on the lead lap. Ernie Williams Jr. and David Overstreet are out of the race. Zach Workman is your race leader. Tyler Miller second. Third goes to Richard Kuhn. Anthony English fourth. Rounding out your top five is the 53 of Dave Hunt. BK Anderson, a championship contender, sitting on pit road with extensive damage. Jim Mayer also sitting on pit road, his race truck heavily torn up. Eric Laurie did get one of his laps back, but he is multiple laps down. So that is three championship contenders having a rough start to this battle here. So as we stack them up, our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Onto the front stretch we come. Pace car down and away. Let's see if we can get around once again and get that white flag. Once we get the white flag, this thing is going to end with the next flag one way or another. So green flag is out and Zach Workman in the 19. Down on the bottom, he really wants that colorful Skittles race truck to get to his back bumper, but the 47 of Richard Kuhn can't quite get there. And that inside line falling back, Tyler Miller and Anthony English work their way ahead. Oh, big wiggle out of Richard Kuhn, but he settles it back down. Oh, and Anthony English now wiggling. He's going to get into Tyler Miller as well. But we stay green. Somehow they are bumping. They are getting rough and ugly out there, but we stay green. They find a way to hold on to these trucks. Travis Elliott and Logan Helton now in their respective lanes. Hard shove from the 44 to the 51, and into the wall goes the 26, but the white flag is out. Final time around, Logan Helton in his third start of the season could try and pick up this win, but Gabe Butler in the 88 says not so fast and works around the outside. Down the backstretch they go. Butler trying to make that race truck very wide. Elliott in the 51, now leading the middle lane, but on the outside, here comes the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. And Butler once again moves up the racetrack, and they are going to make contact behind, and Logan Helton and Gabe Butler get together, and at the line, it's the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Wow, what a wild restart that one was. Go on board with the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. As he picks up the race win, and Gabe Butler goes tumbling. Everyone getting all they can out of this race. But Peter DeBorgia picks up the race win in the opening round of 16, the opening race of the round of 16. And so as he celebrates, let's go through our race results real quick. Peter DeBorgia, Gabe Butler, Logan Helton, your top 3 finishers, and Sean Stevens and Dave Hunt round out your top 5. Sebastian Marin in 6th, Mark Mann 7th, 8th goes to Cody Nagels, 9th Les Levy, and 10th is Nate Warren. Richard Kuhn in 11th, 12th goes to Tyler Miller, Zach Fritsch 13th, 14th is Hunter Reynolds, Jeff Crosby 15th, 16th is Travis Elliott, Anthony English 17th, 18th goes to the 11 of Bob Lacavera. 19th spot, that is Zach Workman. Jeff Crosby Sr. is 20th. 21st, Eric Laurie. Jim Mayer, 22nd. Jimmy Reynolds, 23rd. David Booth into the 24th spot. BK Anderson ends up in 25th. Sean McCarron, that 71, is 26th. JD Crow, 27th. And Ernie Williams is 28th spot here tonight. So now, let's get ready to kick off the rest of our post-race show with the important part. Talking to our race winner to kick this one off. That is none other than the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Peter, you got your ears on, bud.
Yeah, man.
Well, that was a wild green, white checkered finish.
Oh, yeah. I was excited about having a clean car up there and maybe being able to bring home a top 5. And then I jumped to the bottom, and I thought me and Workman were going to be in a good shot to get momentum on the backstretch. And then, I don't know, everyone just started dying around us. I've been the car at the front or near the front who gets tangled up in that so many times. I've never actually been the guy who's like 8 cars back that just goes home with a trophy for some reason.
Well, you picked up the race win and sealed the deal to make it into the round of 8. That's got to be a reassuring feeling. Well, tell us how it feels to know that.
Oh, man. Like I said, I was worried. I was just trying to get a top 10. I don't really push for stages, as you probably saw. I don't have a whole lot of stage wins. I don't have anywhere close to some of the points that like Jeff and Zach Fritsch do this season. Those guys were so far ahead of me in points. So getting really aggressive for stage points and whatnot's usually not the game that I like to play. But turns out I didn't need to worry about it anyway, I guess. But we had a great car. We were up front for the whole time. We had 0 incidents until that wreck on like 63 or whatever. I was racing with Tyler pretty hard there. We were working together for the most part. I wanted to kind of control both lanes, and I had Jeff behind me. I knew he was pretty beat up. So Tyler said when he cleared me, he was going to move up. And I lifted not enough, and he went up a little too much. And we just didn't make the match work together there. And that's on me more than it is on him because I can see more than he can. So hated that it tore up some other cars there. But he was in a much better condition, much better position after that wreck than I was. So, but yeah, I'm flipping through the standings right now. And these things don't look like anything like how we caught the white flag.
Yeah, it was an absolute wild one for sure to get to that checkered flag after the white flag. So, man, nice job. Congratulations. Any shout outs, thank yous that you need to add?
For sure. Everyone I ran with tonight was just awesome and very helpful in that regard there. Just being able to run with Zach and Sean, or sorry, Fritchie and Workman and Sean McCara, Jeff Crosby Jr. and Senior. We had Tyler Miller and Travis Elliott in there tonight too, and Nate Warren in his first ever playoffs. And then we're thinking a lot about the Reynolds boys and Eric and Gabe. I know they're hunkering down for this hurricane in Florida. I know it's a real big deal. But the extra life scheme on my truck this week, courtesy of Dave Hunt. That's OP Elite Series champion Dave Hunt. And I'm glad to put the extra life colors on there. The marathon is 40 days from today, and the schedule has been posted on my Twitter account at MixmasterPJ if you want to see the games that I'll be playing during that marathon to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I think I thanked everybody.
Oof, that's a mouthful.
For sure, man. Thanks so much for doing what you're doing up in the booth, and everyone who's been watching. And yeah, we'll see you next week. He'll put on a crazier show than this.
All right, that is Peter DeBorgia, your race winner. Once again, Peter, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now let's move on to our second place finisher. And that is the driver of the 88, none other than Gabe Butler. Gabe, you got your ears on, bud?
I do.
Gabe, you finished this race in second spot, and it looked like maybe even upside down and on fire, aka Clint Boyer.
Hey, we're good though. The in-care field center is real good here at Daytona, so I'm all set.
Well, that sounds good, man. Walk us through your race, because at one point you were at the tail end of the field in the opening laps, and then you worked your way forward all the way up into second place when you crossed the checkered flag.
Yeah, just hanging at the back trying to help out Eric, a teammate, and then he ran into a bit of bad luck there and ended up going a few laps down. So the only option then was to try and get some positions to help him out, so he wouldn't lose as many points, and went for the win there and fighting hard with Logan, and we just tangled up, and Peter was able to sneak by and win it.
Well, Peter was able to sneak by, but he also got a little bit of that tangle with you and Logan, but came away a little bit better, so to speak, as he did pick up the win. But Gabe, man, that 88, every time it shows up, it's a very fast truck, very knowledgeable super speedway driver behind the wheel. So what were you seeing here tonight that helped prepare you for, or help propel you into second place?
Just some of the wrecks that happened, and we were able to gain track position out of it. We kind of gained on some other people's misfortune, but it works that way at super speedways a lot. But if guys want to win these championships, they got to earn it. So that's all I'll say about that.
Well, all right, man, nice job. Any final shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, shout out to the Boot Knocker boys, JD and Eric, for doing their best there, and of course OP for putting this on, and of course you for doing your top drawer broadcast, my friend.
All right, well, there you have it. That is the 88 of Gabe Butler picking up second place here tonight. Gabe, nice job.
Thank you, buddy.
Now let's move on to our third and final podium finishing driver. That is the 63 of Logan Helton. Let me get this one fired up. Logan, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I forgot I was supposed to be interviewed.
Well, you end up in third place. So tell us a little bit about your race, because you had to come from a lap down.
Yeah, well, I noticed in the middle of the race, my middle monitor was running at 80 frames, and then my right and left was running at 40, which at this track it happens every now and then. So most of the time, if I leave and come back, it'll fix it. And I was okay going a lap down because I thought we'd get a caution. Well, it didn't fix it, and I was a lap down, so I was just hoping for that caution, and thankfully we got it. And man, I don't know how I went from 11th to first there on that second to last lap whenever we got the green, but that was a lot of fun at the end there. I think there was a couple of people mad at me for that last lap. I'm looking at it replay now, and I mean, just coming out of 4, like I make the move to the middle, and it was close, but I was completely clear. And Gabe just kept coming up, and I don't blame him at all for coming up. He's trying to block and win the race. It was just a racing deal, I feel like, and it was just a lot going on right there. That was no one's 100% fault. So I hope I can just get out of this race without getting punched before leaving the garage here.
Can we get extra security to 63 garage?
Yeah, that would be very appreciated. I felt like I was just getting I'm not going to single myself out like I was getting used up, but man, I was going nuts trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So much happened in so much little time, but yeah, we walked away with the third here, so I will take it.
Well, man, nice job. Any shout outs, thank yous you need to give?
Just everyone in here that's racing. It made it a lot of fun. I had fun on the last lap. I wasn't upset about it. I hope anybody who was upset can just go back and watch the replay and see the choices some of us had to make and see the limit of what we could do. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Everyone, Lions Motorsports, Next C Sports, Splash and Go Graphics for making this beautiful truck cold heat, as we like to call it. So yeah, I think that's all my family and friends were watching, and Coke I had, Coca-Cola I had before the race.
Always got to remember that.
Yeah, that's like my signature move on these interviews. I just got to thank the pizza and the Coca-Cola I had before the race.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Once again, congratulations on third place here tonight.
Thank you very much.
That is Logan Helton bringing it home in third place here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me in the OP Racing Grand National Series as they bring you the Buck Wild Racing 175. And Peter DeBorgia locks himself into the round of 8 with the win here tonight. So that is going to do it. That is going to wrap it up. I hope to see you all next Wednesday night, and I do hope to see you all on Monday night as well. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good night.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.